how do I manage being an entrepreneur and building a fully booked coaching business while also being a mom and trying to maintain my sanity at the same time? This is something that I have been getting asked a lot about. How are you a mom and you're building a full-time business and you're just juggling 15 things. If you're a mom, you're also juggling 15 things, and you know what that feels like. So today I just want to talk a little bit about how I do it. I'm in this beautiful hike out in Colorado, just outside of Boulder. I don't know if you can see a little bit there. So how do I balance building a fully booked business while being a mom at the same time? It is so not easy, and I definitely have not mastered this craft. Some days I feel like I am doing really well, and other days I feel like I'm just epically failing in all departments. But there are definitely a few things that I do just to make sure that I feel balanced and not completely overwhelmed, and that I'm spending equal times in my business and also with my kids. The first thing that I found is just I have to manage my stress levels. So if I'm stressed out and overwhelmed, then everybody is stressed out and overwhelmed, right? So for example, in the morning when I'm trying to get my kids ready for school and I know that I have a really busy day ahead, if I don't get up in the morning and take care of myself first for that half an hour, whether it's getting up and doing yoga, or if it's getting up and going on a run, or if it's getting up and doing a priming exercise or a meditation, something for myself, then the whole rest of my day, literally I just feel off and I don't feel like I do very well in my business or as a mom. So for me, it's really important to get that time to myself in the morning and reconnect to me and with my heart and soul, and remember who I am, I suppose, outside of just being a mom and outside of just being an entrepreneur. It's easy to get caught up in that. So first thing is definitely make sure that I have my time in the mornings. If I don't, what was it? There was a day last week when I was so tired. My little girl is not sleeping very much through the night, and I think I got woken up probably 3 or 4 times. And I was really freaking tired. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty exhausted, and I had a full day of clients. I was in the middle of a launch for my program, so I had 10 discovery calls. I had people pulling me in 15 different directions, and I literally was exhausted. I didn't have my time in the morning because Molly had woken up a few times and I snapped. We were trying to get ready in the morning, and she wouldn't get dressed, and she wouldn't put on her shoes, and then she wouldn't fix her hair, and then she wouldn't brush her teeth, and then she wouldn't put on her shoes to go to school, and then she wouldn't pick up her backpack, and she wouldn't get in a car, and then she wouldn't get out of the car, and then we got to school and she wouldn't go into school. So it's I just had enough. And that happens way more often when I'm not putting myself first in the morning. So first things first, put myself first in the morning, make sure I have that half an hour in, and I definitely feel a lot better. So managing my stress. The second thing is I have to really watch what I put into my body, right? Before I just kind of mindfully ate, and I ate pretty healthy and I worked out here and there, but now it's I need maximum energy because I sometimes am going to-do lists from 5 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. So if I'm making sure that what I'm putting into my body is going to actually fuel me rather than make me tired and drain my energy, that's the most important thing. So I eat lots of drink lots of green juices, eat lots of organic veggies, lots of salads, roasted vegetables. I'm a plant-based diet, so I don't eat dairy. I really don't have too much sugar. I do still drink coffee and I do love my teas, but I'm really mindful about what I'm putting into my body, and I just need that energy. And I really don't eat to entertain myself. I actually eat to fuel my body. So 1, making sure I have time in the morning, and 2, making sure that I'm fueling my body with just all the proper nutrients. Obviously getting enough sleep could be number 3, but let's just be real here. And we're all moms, especially if you have young kids, you're probably not sleeping a lot. So I'm not gonna add that to my list. So number 3 could be sleep, but it's not for me. Number 3 is making sure that I get out into nature, right? So for me, I had a really busy week last week, and I've been go, 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 just nonstop, constant go, go, go for probably the last 3 weeks. And this weekend was a really busy weekend at home doing all of the kids' things, right? Trying to get Halloween costumes, planning kids' birthdays. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, and we're doing a ski holiday for Thanksgiving. So I'm trying to get all of these things, in a row. Laundry, I'm trying to do groceries. The kids needed all their new winter stuff because they had grown out of winter gear. So this weekend was a really busy weekend, and this morning is Monday, and I got to my desk and I had a couple of complimentary consults with potential clients, and afterwards I was like, I'm wrecked, I'm really tired, and I have not been outside or in the sun for so long, and I was feeling really drained. So I said, forget it, and now I'm out here hiking instead of tackling my very long to-do list. So for me, it's making time to get out in nature as well and just be by myself and take that space and take that time to recharge and refuel. So 3 ways that I really just fuel myself to be a mom and also an entrepreneur. 1, make sure that I have time to connect in the morning and time to myself. That's very important. 2, I'm gonna go up here, but there's like wasps and stuff up here when I came down before, so if I get stung, that might be entertaining. 2, making sure that I'm fueling my body with energy foods that are actually going to nourish me instead of drain me. And 3, making sure that I take time to get out into nature. Those are really the 3 most important things for me, and those are sort of the bare minimums. But when you're working full-time and you're also a mom, without your health and without taking care of yourself, you're not going to be a good mom, and you're not going to be a good entrepreneur either. I just have to show you here. And it is Wasp City, so I am heading down. There must be a nest or something somewhere. So if you have some other tips on how to balance building a business with being a mom as well, I'd love for you to comment down below and give me some of your tips as well. I think we're all sort of on this journey together, and it's amazing when we can just talk to each other and have that support. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you today. Lots of love to all of you mamas who are building businesses as well. It's not easy, but it's so worth it, because we get to have the life of freedom that we want. We get to be our own bosses and create our own schedules and spend as much time with our kids as we want to or not. It's just, there's no other life I'd rather be living. So if you're thinking about starting a business and you have kids and you're working full-time, it's definitely a challenge. It takes some balancing, but if you can take care of yourself, find your strength and find that inner core power, and just take care of yourself, you are capable of so much more than you think you are. You're capable of so much more than you think you are, and you can handle so much more than you think you can too. And I always like to think, if we're, oh God, wasp, told you. I'm gonna keep walking. I always like to think, if we're willing to work for, let's say, 3 to 5 years, like other people aren't willing to work, we're going to be able to live the life that other people aren't going to be able to live. And to me, that's enough motivation to make my dreams a reality.